Welcome to Not Your Average Cinema. Today we're going to be looking back at our predictions for the NFL season. We made kind of two sets of predictions, one at the very beginning of the year, which we will go to kind of last here, but we will be starting with predictions we made once the playoffs actually started and all the teams were locked into place. So we had a little more information, obviously, than we did 20 weeks ago, or however long it was that we made that. So I will just say right off the bat, don't know that I did amazing on either of these.
Yeah, I don't think I did as well. It's tough because even heading into the playoffs, we still didn't totally feel confident about who was legit and wasn't.
Right.
Um, and yeah, we may have had some biases towards some teams, possibly.
Might have been just a tad bit of bias. Yeah,
Uh,
maybe.
but yeah, as you can see, we have in the bottom right is the actual results of the NFC, and I guess it doesn't have the result of the conference game, but Seahawks did end up beating the Rams there. And I see the first thing I see is you did have the conference game correct with the Rams and the Seahawks. You did end up choosing the wrong winner of that game, although it was pretty close and it came down to that right to the end of the game. But the Rams were not able to do it, but overall, like just looking at that, I'm like, okay, this has potential to be a really great bracket. And then I look over and I see you have Green Bay beating Chicago, which did not happen, but
Should have.
should have happened, was happening for most of the game. Oh, that's still disappointing. And you had Philly beating San Fran, which did not happen. And you had LA beating Carolina, which happened. So wild card predictions, not the best for you. Um,
No.
yeah, but I mean, but after that, you did have Seattle and LA making it through an additional round. So you did know that all those other teams, they were pretty much all the same for you, I guess. You knew they were going to fall to those two.
That's kind of how I felt. I felt pretty good about those two teams. I mean, it's the playoffs and anything can happen. And yeah, I maybe think that the Bears might have been able to pull off a miracle and
Yeah.
get there based on just how they won games this year. It seemed like even in the playoffs, almost got into the
Yeah.
championship game. I kind of thought it was feeling like it was going that way for a second. Didn't end up happening, but yeah, then the final, I think that was kind of a maybe 51-49 for me. Just feeling
Mhm.
like LA might have just had a little bit more um, offensive power
Yeah.
is kind of what I went down with. But that Seattle defense and their special teams, oh boy, they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough to beat.
They are going to be. They are going to be. But overall, I'd say that was a decent. It's not bad. Not bad. You have
Yeah,
potential to win that point, I'd say.
yeah,
Um, then on to mine. Okay, I had Seattle. I had a divisional matchup up there with Seattle and San Fran, which they did match up. But not as good as yours. I also went with Green Bay winning there. But I did get San Fran
you did.
winning against the Eagles. Oh, I just knew I was so confident in that one. Um,
You thought I
and
was gonna get them all the way to the end, though.
I did. I remember. I think I remember just kind
I think you
of
wanted to go with
going.
Seattle.
I think I did want to go with Seattle, but I'm like, if San Fran goes and beats LA, and I guess I just built them up too much with momentum and kind of being the team that of those three that feels least deserving to be there and maybe having something to prove.
You know,
I guess
they
the
kind of were
thing,
dealing with the most injuries, though, too.
yeah,
And I think Kittle got injured during that first game, and
yeah,
I think McCaffrey was dealing with injuries in the second one there. So, I mean, maybe they could have. If they would have been a little bit more at full strength, they might have been able to hold their own.
yep. But yeah, they actually went up going to face Seattle, and that was not a close game. I thought I'm like, San Fran should be a trustworthy team. Like they're smart. They must have good leadership, and they should be able to bounce back from that terrible game that they had against them at the end of the season. But it was like 10 times worse. They literally lost the game in the opening play, the kickoff.
That's true. They didn't score that many
Oh,
points all
man.
game.
So yeah, I think I was dead wrong on San Fran making a run, and I think you're gonna have to get the point for this NFC predictions. Even though I got that wild card better than you,
That's true.
I can't overcome that. And then
I'm not
on
liking
to
this next one.
oh man,
I didn't remember who I had, but I knew Jacksonville was one of them. I was like, and I don't think I loved Denver or New England. Oh boy, this is bad though. At least I gave New England that first round win.
you did.
That was about the only thing I did right. And of course, Houston was doing
Jacksonville,
everything they could to try to get Pittsburgh to win that game. Um,
yeah,
but it wasn't enough. They didn't do enough bad stuff to lose. They waited until the next week to do enough bad stuff to lose. Um,
yes.
yeah,
Oof.
this is just a whole disaster. I kind of I think similar to your 49ers pick with Pittsburgh there. I kind of just felt like maybe they would do something interesting in the
Yeah.
playoffs, do some last run for Rodgers. That was not to be. It was a pretty bad showing from Pittsburgh, and Houston's defense showed up and then didn't show up as much the next game. But I think what they have like 7 to 9 turnovers in those two games. Yeah, you can't have that many turnovers in two
Nope.
playoff games and get
Mhm.
to the championship game very often, but you never. I guess sometimes you could.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and we ended up getting just the 1 and 2 seed. I think part of me just didn't want that. They just feel like two of the most boring ass teams. I don't know. It's uh, I
yeah.
not only am I disappointed in what I did picked here, but just the outcome.
So what you
Because
get?
then
So
Denver,
you got Patriots winning, and is that all that you got here?
that's all I got here. So this
Oh
is bad.
man.
This is just awful,
Oh
really
man.
awful. But
I like yours more than what we got.
and then Buffalo. They
They
just
should
had
have
to beat
won.
the Jags, didn't they? Just had to beat them. I feel like we would have a good chance of the Jags maybe being the champions here
Mm.
if they had gotten past that first round. But
Yeah, 'cause that was a really good game. And
yeah,
Buffalo again
a lot of
just
these games
really
weren't that good. It seemed like after.
Buffalo gave us the only good games that were there. Um, yeah, Nick's getting injured just kind of killed the final game, and Patriots
And
went
they
on
almost
to
made, and Denver almost
they
won
did
that.
they did.
Oh man!
So
And then
that
we topped it all off. And the NFL was like, well, you can't have all the wins, Patriots. We're gonna make sure Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Uh, so it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense that Hall of Fame there.
they're
Um,
motivating them.
so they're getting them motivated.
Oh man, I hope I can do a little better than that. I'm
I
worried
hope
because
so
I
too.
don't think I did as I don't think I did good either.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Okay.
I had New England. I had New England to the championship, and I had Buffalo. I also
Yeah.
wanted Pittsburgh to beat
I really
Houston.
thought Buffalo or Jacksonville were the team that was going to be in the finals.
Yeah, I wish.
I wish it was one of those two, but oh man, that's bad.
Man, Buffalo. Ah, I could have had this too if Buffalo just hadn't lost to Denver in that devastating way. This could have been the final two, and I think Buffalo would have beaten New England with how New England's been playing.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, yeah, what did I don't even know if he threw for 100 if Drake May threw for 100 yards in that game.
Yeah,
That was a bad game. Patriots and Denver. Granted, in the second half there were weather pieces, but
yeah,
yeah, I think Buffalo would have demolished them.
oh yeah, yeah.
But I guess it would have been in New England then instead of Denver. So it was in Denver that it
Yeah,
snowed. So who knows how it would have been different then.
that's
But
true. That's true.
yeah, I guess you're a little more right than I was, but
Not by much.
I don't know that either of us did very great in either of them.
Yeah, but we both knew the Chargers did not stand a chance.
That's true.
There's that.
So that one
And
hardly counts as a win at all.
yeah, so I guess they'll give us a 1-1. But yeah, then there were our You ended up going with Jacksonville of your two that didn't make it, and I ended up going Buffalo of my two that didn't make it.
Oh man,
So neither of us have a chance for the Super Bowl champion there, but
it was bad, 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 bad.
oh man. But I'll say we're about even right now, and then now we'll go back to our brackets that we made before the season started,
Oh
going kind of
boy,
in the same order. Do you remember much about what you put for this NFC?
not really. We're about to find out.
Oh man.
Okay.
Washington.
I mean, if I hadn't picked Washington, I had a pretty decent bracket.
I mean, we have it highlighted in green, the ones that did end up making it.
And Tampa Bay kind of just blew it.
That's true,
Like,
right at the
it
end.
was looking good until pretty late into the season. And there was even a chance in the last week, but the Falcons had to upset that whole thing. Just to prove me wrong here.
It
But
should
yeah,
have been in
Washington
here.
was a bad mess. Washington was a bad, bad miss. Um,
It
yeah,
was.
going all the way to the championship. But other than that, I did pretty good, I think.
Eagles, Rams, I mean, no, I mean, Seahawks is a big miss. They are the most dominant team in the NFC. Not,
Okay.
not that I did much better. Flash forward there, but yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it's
that's
pretty
fair.
good. I mean, I think Rams were kind of a safe pick. Eagles and Packers. San Fran was, I think that was a good shout because I don't think they were good last year. So I think that was a good prediction for sure. And
Okay.
yeah, I don't think this is that bad. I think that's
I
for
don't think
definitely
it was awful,
preseason.
but that's fair
Preseason.
that I probably did pick some of the better teams. But I mean, that's what you're gonna kind of do. Most it
Yeah,
usually isn't like, oh my goodness, there's not a single team from last season that was in the
yeah,
playoffs that's in this year's.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess I did not end up picking. I
No
mean, yeah,
Bears.
the Bears would have been a good shout if I would have guessed the Bears, I think.
Yeah. And our ma did a predictions. I just had her right before the beginning of the season, and she had Seahawks going all the way. I'll just tell you that. And I think she also did have the Bears making the playoffs. I think she had four of the spots correct, and I'm like, wow. I didn't. We didn't even see any of that. Like those two, maybe most unpredictable kind of top spots.
You know,
So she doesn't even watch. So about as good or better than us. Oh, okay. No Vikings, no line. But I was right that another NFC North team would be in there. I just did not pick the one. So I think that's even more negative on me. No Tampa Bay. Although I did have them a lower seed than you by quite a bit. Atlanta had the potential to make it, was close. Maybe gave a little bit of a run. And
sure
Green
they did
Bay.
tie for first.
Green Bay, LA, and Philly. Don't think I get much out of this one
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
the
but I mean, to be fair, like Atlanta and Tampa Bay were technically tied
they
in their
were
division for the lead,
they
and
were
Minnesota and Detroit, I think they both ended up
yeah.
with 9 wins.
I think so. I mean
I
Detroit might
can't
have been
remember.
one back. I
Eight
forget.
wins?
I think
Yeah, I can't remember what it ended up being, but it's
but
right
one
around
neck
eight,
and
nine
neck.
wins. I mean, it's not like they were bad.
Yeah.
Like none of these ended up being just awful.
Yeah, I mean this is not I mean other than Seahawks and Bears not being here, like these teams all were right in the running.
Hmm.
And I guess that's probably other than I guess Washington and Arizona.
Arizona
They
wasn't
were
very good.
not
But
that good.
Arizona had a lot of games where they lost
That's
late.
true.
They're
That's
very
true.
close
So,
games. So I mean, like,
oh,
yeah, if they would have won some of those, they probably wouldn't have made the playoffs, but they could have been in there. But yeah, Washington, I don't remember them ever having a bright moment
no.
in the season. So yeah, that
But
was pretty bad.
I think I'd probably have to give it to you there in that case. Just you had one more than me. And then I guess who'd you have going? Oh yeah, Washington. Oh man. And on to the AFC. You had one, two, three, four, and you had the Chargers in their exact seeding. I think that was the only exact seed that either of us got.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad there. Denver, Buffalo, Houston. I mean, I don't know if Denver had totally proven themselves yet. I know there was a lot of hype about them, but I think
Yep.
this is kind of their first year, and I don't know if they've really totally proven themselves, but I think that was a good one. No Patriots. You still bought into Kansas City and Baltimore, and now they're just absolute trash teams, apparently, somehow not making these playoffs. Steelers
Yeah, it's
not
interesting to
making it.
think where Cincinnati might have been. I don't know
Yeah,
if they would have been a playoff team. Um,
I don't know.
but if Joe Burrow had been healthy the whole year, I don't know if that maybe gets them in, especially for how bad that division ended up being.
Yeah,
Um, Steelers, Baltimore, Cincinnati.
yeah,
I mean, just the way Baltimore and the Steelers were playing for most of the year, they
yeah.
maybe could have made more of a run. I
I
don't
think
know.
they could have. And then the same thing if Lamar was never dealing with anything. I think
It's
they would have
true.
just destroyed the division. But
Yeah, that's true. It might have been what actually helped the Steelers get in there, those injuries to them. And then Kansas City, that was just pure wrong. We, I think both of us were kind of waiting the whole season for it
yeah,
to just turn around, and it just never did. And I think then
mhm,
towards the end, we were even like picking the Raider. We make
yeah,
weekly picks. We were even picking like the Raiders over them. We were getting it right. People probably thought we were crazy. I'm just like, they're just not a good. There's something wrong with them right now.
yeah.
Granted, at that point, I think Mahomes was out, so that's a little bit different. Um, but there's teams like the Vikings where it's like towards the end of the season, even if it's a bad season, they just win games. And then there's just some teams where it's like, oh, they're a great team, but if they're out of things, they kind of are just a bad team. I don't know
Mhm.
how that happens. And that's kind of what Kansas City ended up being.
Yeah, I do not get it.
Yeah, I
You
don't.
had Denver going to the championship game.
Yeah.
I think that deserves something there for sure.
It would have
Um,
been hard for me to. I feel like I've always had like this place in my heart for Jacksonville, but I I think it would have been hard for me to get Jacksonville on here. And then maybe the Patriots. I was like, I guess as far as quarterback goes, and considering quarterback's kind of the most important position, I was in the fantasy drafts, very much looking forward to Bo Nix and Drake May. So maybe I should have had
yeah.
the Patriots kind of sneak in there. I don't remember what I thought their record would be.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't have that because I think, yeah, them both of those teams, I think you've kind of been warming up to in the past couple of years.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't remember what I had them at for record. So I don't know if they barely missed out, but
Yeah, yeah, we did another video reacting to predicting every team's record. You can check that out and see what he had those records. And I think we kind of made it so that this
Patriots
was
2
the
and
result
15.
of that. Oh man,
I was a
but not
believer.
only exactly wrong. That's all. Oh man, my AFC. Oh, yeah. Only three right here. Dolphins weren't that far off from getting that seventh seed. I mean,
Wow, giving me a tough time because I had Kansas City, Baltimore. Well, we all fell
um,
for Baltimore, Kansas City, and Cincinnati, so we both were
yeah, we
thinking that.
did. We
But yeah,
did.
you're Miami. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I think
It felt
most
like
would
they could
say
have been a
no
team that had a
chance.
lot. It felt like they could have had a lot more losses. So I mean, they could have been worse,
I think it's worth like a tenth of a point to say they might be possibly in the running.
maybe.
But yeah, they kind of eliminated themselves and then got close to where it's like, oh, if they had won those,
Kind of like the Vikings.
yep, yep. Yeah, man, I think you got me here too. This is just
Yeah, I feel like I definitely got you in this one.
no
Uh,
Denver making it very. I guess Denver's there, didn't make it very far. Also, don't have the Patriots. Also, don't have Jacksonville. Steelers. Oh man, this is a terrible, terrible AFC. And this is another one. Arma. She did have Kansas City making it to the Super Bowl, but she had the Patriots making the conference game as well. So I probably influenced her with my Kansas City hype when she was making that. But like she was one pick away from having the exact Super Bowl predicted before the season, which I think she's the real winner of this whole thing. 'Cause
wow, wow, wow.
our Super Bowl predictions, we were set on Buffalo winning it all, and
And
uh,
maybe in week 3, I think yours was looking really, really good.
yeah, Green Bay was looking fantastic. They were like the best team in the NFL.
It was the best defense I've seen in a long time from Green Bay. I'm like, oh boy. And then Buffalo, I think had kind of just been dominating. Didn't they get that first week? Was that Buffalo against Ravens? Where
They
they came
might have.
back
They
late?
might have.
Was
They
that
might have.
Buffalo? No, I don't even remember.
Forget. I
I think
think,
it
yeah.
was.
So I think they gave up a lot of points, but then ended up winning.
So I
Um,
think they were looking pretty good offensively, maybe not as much defensively. Um, yeah, I really don't know what happened to Buffalo this season. It's so weird. Like this should have been, yeah. They're
I
gonna look back if Buffalo never ends up winning a Super Bowl during the Josh Allen era. I think they're gonna look back on this season and wonder what happened, what went wrong. I feel like I don't know, they really needed to, I don't know, maybe make a trade or something, try to get
don't know what.
something. It's
I don't know
just
what's up. They just,
they needed some, I don't know, spark to get. It
yeah.
just felt like outside of Josh Allen, there was no one else on that team that would just give them a spark in a game.
I
I feel
don't
like they
get it.
really needed another person to do it outside of just Josh Allen because you can only rely on him so much. Uh,
Yeah, and I know he did make some mistakes, and I
yeah,
felt pretty devastated after the playoff loss. And I'm like, oh, poor Buffalo. They got to come back and win next year. So I'm probably going to have that influence my next year predictions. But I'm like, it's like they say they choke and stuff in the playoffs, and like, yeah, I guess they do. They do lose the games, but
they were
it's
kind of
not.
doing that during the season though too.
Yeah, it's not like they aren't still playing good though. Like they will then have
Right.
a great comeback to make it close or to win some games lately. And um, I just don't know what it is because it's not like they turn into a bad team. They're still a good team. They're just cursed. They're just cursed, and I wish they'd win one of these. Maybe next year.
Maybe
I'm
it'll
probably
be
gonna
their
pick
time.
this same Super Bowl next year, but
I won't
no,
make my same one.
I don't think so. Oh man, but yeah, I think you get the W on the overall playoff bracket predictions combined, and probably each one individually as well. This was not
I
a
don't know
good
if that's
showing for
saying
me.
much though.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
either of us did
yeah.
amazingly well.
It's interesting how like once we knew all the teams, we still probably did just as bad of predictions as when we
Right.
didn't know any.
That's true.
Oh man,
Yeah, but this definitely was one of those. I just feel like there wasn't a season like this before. It just
yeah,
feels like most of the time there's a couple teams that you just are relying on every week, week in, week out. And it just seemed like more than ever it would be a team that's looking unstoppable. Then they would
yeah,
lose, and then they'd kind of look kind of not as good after the loss for a while. Even if they were getting wins, it'd be like, I don't
yeah,
know. They're looking kind of like they could lose again at any given moment. We just
yeah,
kept having that. Like a team would come up, rise up, and then they go right back down. And
yeah.
ah, man,
And yet we didn't get big underdog teams to make it to the
I
Super
know
Bowl.
that's
I mean,
well. I mean, yeah,
Seattle is bouncing back
I was
maybe
really
this year,
hoping.
which is nice, but
I was really hoping Jacksonville would
yeah. I
do
mean,
it.
the way the year's been going, like that's just the kind of
Kind of
team that
felt like that
feels
was
like it
kind of
should make it.
it really did.
Jacksonville and Bears. Oh man, that would have been fun.
That would have been fun. But yeah, let us know if you made predictions on these and how you're doing. Probably much better than we did. So yeah, we'd love to hear who predicted the Super Bowl way back when. Who had the Seattle Seahawks and the Patriots, the rematch
The rubber
of the
match.
the 1 yard match. We're only gonna play from the 1 yard line all game long. We're just gonna go back and forth. Uh, but yes, yeah, if you like the video, you can give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see future videos like this. Probably next year. I think yeah, we'll maybe have one or two other football ones, and then yeah, we got an off season, but
Yeah.
we'll still talk about movies and stuff. So if you like that kind of content, you can subscribe for that as well. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on that NFL popcorn.